Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's gonna be a great video because we're tackling a topic I have not heard a lot about. Do men marry for love? We've all been there where we've been head over heels in love with a man. But the real question is, are they dating us and are they marrying us for love? So before we get into it, I have an announcement. The long-awaited dating course is here. I finished the dating course, and when I say long-awaited, this is like 3 years in the making. I poured my heart and soul into this course. It's literally over 4 hours, jam-packed of strategy. This is a master course. After taking this course, you're going to know how to outsmart, outwit, and outmaneuver any man to get every single thing that you've ever wanted. If you're interested, the link, of course, will be down below. I implore you to check it out. Okay, so on to the topic of today. Do men date and or marry for love? The answer, no. They don't. I've actually never heard a guy that's like, I just can't wait to get married. I can't wait to be in love. I'm excited about that day where I can be in love. No, I don't hear men ever talking about love. I don't hear men excited about being in love. And in fact, throughout the social norm of our society, men equate marriage to that ball and chain. Oh, I don't want to get married because it's a hassle. What happens if we divorce? A child support, this, and that. They equate it to dread, to misery, to them losing. When a man thinks about getting married, he thinks about losing. I can't run these streets. What about my single friends? What are they going to say? We're not going to be able to hang out as much. She going to lock me down. Like, all you hear is all the negative components to marriage. And what's interesting about that, men have more advantages in marriage than women. Financially, they exceed. Their sex life exceeds. Their money exceeds. Even as far as their career life. Because now they have someone or something propelling them, cheerleading them on, maybe even paying a bill or two. So that way they're able to advance in their career. Yet somehow men liken marriage to a ball and chain and never want to do it unless it benefits them. So men are very strategic when dating. They use their alpha brain strategy. Their goal in dating you is how can I get in the panties as soon as possible? They're not thinking about love. And in most cases, when men marry, it's not about love. Again, they're strategic. I just saw a report where it was like a billionaire. His wife got sick. I think she had dementia. And when I tell you, he dropped her like a bag of rocks. He was like, okay, she got dementia. Get out of here. Let's take her to the home. B. Smith's husband did the same thing. He didn't discard her and throw her in a home, but he did move in another woman, his girlfriend, while he was caring for B. If men marry for love, then they're going to love you through sickness and health, which is one of the vows. So I looked up a study. This is in the Journal of Cancer, where they found that if a spouse was to leave their partner, right, 90% of the cases were men leaving women. I get sick, which is a human condition. We can't control that. And the first thing my husband wants to do is leave me. Doesn't sound like he married for love. Okay. So then I looked at what happens when women die. So let's say they're married and then they die. What happens to the spouse? I mean, he's married the love of his life. He's married for love, right? What does he do? Does he grieve? Does he take a little time for himself? Does he get counseling? No. So the study shows within 2 years of becoming a widower, 61% of men remarry. They remarry or they get into a serious relationship. Whereas only 19% of women do the same. So when women are married and their husband dies, only 19% of them remarry or get into a serious relationship within 2 years. Versus for men, 61%. So the majority of them within 2 years has found a new partner to marry or be in a long-term committed relationship with. And that is crazy. It shows that men are 8 times more likely to remarry than women. To me, that's really alarming. That says a couple things. That says to me, men are not marrying for love. Because if you find your love of your life, they die, right? And that's the ones that stay. Because a lot of the men leave before the death. They're like, I can't deal with it. Adios. Adios, amigos. But for the ones that do stay, 61%. So the majority of these men that are widowed within 2 years marry again. They're like, okay, she gone. Who is at this wake? Where's her friend Betty Sue? Betty Sue, what you doing tonight? Like literally, they're like, within 2 years, if you've remarried or you're in a serious relationship, to me, that means you've hopped on it relatively quickly. And the study also goes on to say that men are just problem solvers. So they find a problem with the death of their wife, which is a problem. They find that to be a problem and they're like, well, how do I solve that? Moving on. So they're about strategy. I mean, we know that, right? In society, we know men are strategy oriented. They're not feelings oriented. Now, they do get into their feelings, as we all know. Men are quick to get all up in their feelings, especially nowadays. Like, if you've seen a male podcast, men are feelings driven, but their mindset is strategy. So in their mind, they're computing. How do I get into her pants? How do I con her? How do I manipulate her? They're thinking, which is why I always say, keep your mouth shut. Don't be telling all your business to men, because they take what you say and they utilize it for game. Because they know how to play you. Their brains are driven for strategy. That's why in the course we talk a lot about strategy. This is how you combat their strategy. You combat strategy with strategy. So there's 3 reasons why men marry. And I think this is important for you to know in case you're looking to get married. These are the reasons why men marry. So the first reason is for status. So if you, as a woman, have something going for yourself, you own your own home, if you're professional, you're established in your career, men will use you. This is called the starter wife. This is called the pick-me-sha. It's the woman that will date down below her pay grade. She'll pick any old rusty, dusty man just to have a man, just to be like, I's married now. She'll pick anything. Just any old thing with a between his legs is good enough for her. She didn't have any standards. She didn't have any expectations. She don't care. Just as he's a man, so that's good enough for her. So these type of men are basically users. They're using you for the home. They're using you because you live in a nice area. So you're upgrading their lifestyle essentially. You've afforded him to be able to start his own business or really help him develop in his career because he hadn't had to pay a bill in a couple years, or you've gone 50-50 with him. So now he's able to take some online classes. He's able to figure out a trade, figure out what he really wants to do in life, really find himself. He's able to find himself through your help, and he's built up his career. So now that he's built up his career, now he's done with you. So most of the time in these cases, the starter wives get left. They get left for the cute, young, pretty thing who knows her value. She knows her worth. She's not 50-50 in with nobody. She don't know what a 50-50 is. So he's leaving the starter wife for the girl that has some self-worth and values herself and don't play that 50-50 game. Men love a chase. Men love a woman who has confidence and knows her self-value and her self-worth. Men don't love or appreciate the woman who is the pick-me-sha. They just don't, because the pick-me-sha, they know they can use them. They know that they're spineless. They know that they're just needy and desperate for any crumbs of attention. So they'll give you that attention, but they're just using you, and they don't even feel bad about it because they're like, you don't have any self-worth or self-value, so why should I treat you like you do? So normally these are the men that will use and abuse, right? Because they feel like if you don't have self-worth, if you don't have self-value, who am I to try to give it to you? So they don't feel bad about using the starter wife. So that's the guy that will marry solely based on status or income. So the next type of guy that gets married will be the type of guy that marries off of pressure. So this guy is a guy that's like, oh, my friends are getting married, my brothers and sisters are getting married, all the people around me are getting married. I guess it's time. And the only reason why they're marrying is because they feel like it's time. They feel like this is the right thing to do. Like this is a milestone in their life. So they just are like, okay, I guess it's time. They're not like, the next woman that I love. No, it's like, it's time. It's the right thing to do. I guess I should settle down. I'm not getting any younger. Let me find my ball and chain. So they'll get married just for the pure ideal of getting married. And then once they're married, they play you like ain't nobody business. Like when I say play, these are the men that constantly have their D out, just slinging it around town. Who wants some D? Who wants some? Anybody want some D? That's this guy. I have D to give to whoever wants it because I'm not happy in my marriage, because I really didn't want to get married. I just thought I should get married because it's a social construct of the right thing to do. Or I just want to make my parents happy. So this guy is the guy with his D all around town. Can't stay faithful to save his life. It's the guy that you're always like, why is he married? If you want to sling the D all around town, why are you married? It's that guy that you literally are left scratching your head like, why didn't you just stay single, sir? I'm confusion. That's the guy, okay? He just got married because he just thought there's no sports on the television today, so I'm just going to run to the justice of peace and get married. That's him. Not for love, for just cuz. That's the just cuz guy. The third type of guy that gets married is the one that's getting old. Not older, he's old. Okay? He is halfway in the grave. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's teetering. He's like, I'm about to go any day now. Who's gonna help me to the grave? That's him. He's like, I need help. I need a night nurse. I need someone to wash my balls. This is a guy that never was down for marriage. He done mistreated women his whole life, couldn't commit to nobody, didn't believe in marriage. This is the one that's like, marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Why should we get married? Marriage don't mean nothing. What is marriage? Marriage is just a social construct. Why am I getting married? That's him. I don't believe in marriage. Okay. Then next thing you know, he gets a diagnosis and he's like, actually, Betty Sue. Betty Sue, where are you? Remember me from high school? Remember me? We was friends. Remember we dated for a week. Oh, I slept with you and ghosted you. Oh, I forgot about that. But anyway, let's get married because I need your insurance and your help ushering me to the grave. So that guy is the one that wants to hurry up and get married. This is the one that contacts you after you hadn't heard from him in 20, 30 years. He's on Facebook trying to hunt you down. Remember me? Remember me? I'm Earl. Hi, Betty Sue. I'm Earl. Remember? It's like, Earl, if you don't go on somewhere, it's over. Why are you contacting me, right? That's that guy where he is getting desperate to have a helpmate, a nurse, because he's getting old. Okay, those are the three. So can men fall in love? Certainly. Do they fall in love? They do. For a man to marry for love, I feel like he has to meet a woman that literally knocks his socks off. Like a woman that just sets herself above all others, that really knows how to seduce. Those are the men that marry for love. Those are the ones that you're like, why is Tyrone acting like that? I've never seen him do those things. I've never seen him act like this. Those are those men. They become head over heels in love. They were blindsided by this woman that just hurricaned into his life and then turned him upside down. Does it happen? It does happen. Is it rare? It is rare. And it's mainly rare because most women don't have the tools. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to seduce. They don't know how to even be feminine nowadays. So they're lacking knowledge. They're lacking the skills. So what happens is you become a basic B. You become one of these basic girls that are just thumbing through life, thinking if I'm just nice to a man, then he'll really like me. You're just thinking, oh, if I cook and clean, if I tell him I love to cook, he's gonna love me. And that's not gonna happen. If you do that, and if you become a basic B, he's gonna put you in one of those three categories. Okay, she can cook and clean, so I'm gonna use her for that. She's a pygmisha, she just wants a man, I'm gonna use her for that. Because you're basic. You have to have the tools and the skills to know how to seduce him, how to keep him on his toes, how to keep him wanting more, how to keep him wanting you and only you, desiring you and only you. You have to turn him upside down. And that can only be done with having the tools and the strategy. So if you're in need, definitely check out my Mastering Dating course. It's a 6-week course that gives you all of that plus some and will set you on the path to success in dating and set you apart from all these other basic Bs in the dating game. That's it for today. I want you to get in the comments and let me know what you think about this video. Do you think, or at least before this video, did you think men actually dated or married for love? Did you think that? Until next time, I'll see you beauties later. Bye.